Okay, good morning class. So at this point you guys have gotten your test back, your control test. So the control test, this paper was 2 hours long. Definitely we won't be able to finish the paper in this lesson, but we will try. Otherwise we will carry on in the better part of tomorrow's lesson, wrapping up the questions in this paper. So at this point, I don't want you, if you have marked, we mismarked you, please circle the question number in pencil. Okay? Don't come to me every time and say you have marked wrong here, you added wrong here. All those things you're going to do now. Make sure that we marked every question. Make sure that we have added up properly. And then from here you can see that if your memo makes sense or your answers make sense to the memo that is written on the board. If it does not make sense, you just ask and clarify the question. If you must get the mark, no problem, we give you the mark. Okay, if you need to take the mark off, also let us know. Okay, as I know many of you did that in the past, where we are giving you extra marks where you're not supposed to have gotten. No? Especially you that got the highest, maybe we gave you too many marks. Oh, that one. Okay, sorry. I didn't know who's who now. You're swapping, playing musical chairs again. Right, so you guys understand, eh? Please make notes, ask questions if needed. But this is where we're at. We're doing control test 1, grade 9, 2022. First question. We are told in the first question we are told, given the list, so here we're given a list of numbers, okay? We are given a list of numbers and the first number is negative 5 cubed. So if you simplify that, that's going to give you negative 125. Then the cube root of 9, that is irrational. Okay? The square root of negative 49, that is this is undefined or non-real. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. So the question says, write down all the numbers. Write down all the natural numbers. So all the natural numbers here is going to, the only natural number here is 9. Can you see that? Then he says write down all the irrational numbers. Yes, Michael? Sorry? Okay. But also, if it's asked from the list, okay? Now 9 wasn't in the list, you just had to write negative 3 squared. Irrational numbers is going to be the cube root of negative 9. Non-real numbers is the square root of negative 49. Okay. In 1.2, they ask you to write 0.2 for recurring as a common fraction. So we say let x equals 0.242424, and the number carries on. How many numbers are repeated? 2. So you multiply this number by 100. If it was 3 numbers repeated, I would multiply this number by 1000. So what we do is say 100x minus x is 99x. 24,242424 minus 0,2424. Of course, that cancels. Leaves you with 20. Okay. So I divide by 99 both sides. So that cancels. So therefore x equal to 3 goes into here, 8 times 3 goes into here, 8 3 times, so it's 8 over. Any confusion here? No? In the next question, they ask you to write 7 comma 3 times 10 to the negative 5 in numerical form, in normal or ordinary form. So we know because the exponent is negative on the 10, the comma is going to move in that direction. So it's going to move how many units? 5 units. So it's currently here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 comma 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, 7. The next question says write the following numbers in scientific notation. So according to scientific notation, there must be one significant figure in front of the comma other than 0. So currently the comma is lying there. So I must move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be 1, 5, 6 times 10 to the 6. So as you can see, the comma is lying there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 8, 1 times 10 to the negative. The next question, question 2. How many terms does the expression have? So what separates terms? Positive and negative signs. So here is the, how many terms should then be here? 1 term. Given the polynomial 3y5, 3y to the exponent 5 plus 2y to the exponent 6 minus 9y squared plus y to the exponent 4 plus 16. What is the degree of the polynomial? 6. So the degree is the highest exponent. The highest exponent, of course, is 6. So it's the 6th degree. Or you could have just written 6, you'd get the mark. In 2.2.2 it says subtract negative 4y squared 4 plus 2y to the exponent 5 minus 1 from the given polynomial. So as you can see, that's the given polynomial. Yes? Morning.
Dixon said, so I'm supposed to change our marks on the sheet.
So you must just bring it all at the end of the lesson, okay? Okay. So subtract that from. So whatever follows from, you write? First. So the given polynomial has to be written first. Not so. So it's going to give you 3y to the exponent 5 plus 2y to the exponent 6 minus 9y squared plus y to the exponent 4 plus 16 minus, open a bracket, negative 4y4 plus 2y5 minus 1. You all agree with that? Why did I put the bracket there? More than one term follows in a negative sign. So of course now we multiply that in. We get 3y5 plus 2y6 minus 9y squared plus y4 plus 16 plus 4y4 minus 2y5 plus 1. So what we do is we add like terms. Okay? That's only. Okay, otherwise the others is like terms on there. Okay, well they don't have pairs or other terms that is like to them. Okay? So the 3y5 minus 2y5 is going to give you y to the exponent 5. Not so? Then it's plus 2y6 minus 9y squared. Y to the exponent 4 plus 4y to the exponent 4 is positive 5y. 4. 16 plus 1 is 17. Okay. Any problems there, people? Nothing? Just let me know if you're confused, no? Arrange the expression in descending powers of y. Descending powers of y, so we're going to write the biggest or the highest exponent first, which is that one there, not so. So it's 2y6. If there's no sign, there's a plus in front of it, plus 3y5 plus y4 minus 9y squared plus 16. You all agree with that? Yes, now some of you write semicolons like this between them. You can't do it like that. Okay? They didn't say list. Alright. So to get it marked, you must write it in that form. Okay, then the next question says, if y is equal to negative 1, if y is equal to negative 1, determine the value of the given polynomial. So what does that mean? That means to say I must substitute wherever I see a y and negative 1. Now I can substitute into 2.2.3, or I can substitute into the original function, or the original polynomial. Okay? I'm going to do it and substitute into 2.2.3 because it's on the board now. So it's 2 negative 1 6 plus 3 times negative 1 5 plus negative 1 to the 4 minus 9 negative 1 squared plus 16. Okay? So a negative to an even exponent will always be positive. So it's 2 into positive 1 plus 3. Odd exponent, negative 1 plus negative to the even, positive 1 minus 9. Negative and even, positive 1 plus 16. Remember, negative 1 to the 6 is negative 1 times 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 negative 1. And 1 times 1 times 1, however any amount of times, will always be 1. Okay? So positive 1 times 2 is 2, positive times negative is negative 3, positive times positive is positive 1, positive times negative is negative 9 plus 16. What's 2 minus 3? Plus 1 is 0, so that's gone. Negative 9 plus 16? 0. Okay, you guys understand? The next one, they ask you to expand and simplify. Did I skip something? Expand and simplify. So in other words, you must multiply, get rid of the brackets. Not so. So negative times positive is negative. So b cubed over 12 times 4b over 1. Now you don't have to do it this on the side. But I do it so that we don't get confused. So 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 12 3 times. So b cubed times b is b4 over 3. Negative times negative is positive. B cubed over 12 times 2ab over 6. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 12 6 times. So b cubed times ab is ab4 over 36. Not so? And then the last term, negative times positive is negative. B cubed over 12 times 12 over 1. That cancels, people. Leaves you with B cubed. Okay. The next one, we're moving to fast. The next one, how many terms are here? How many terms are there? 3 terms. What separates terms? Plus and minus signs. So before I can add and subtract them, I must first simplify these terms. Not so. So I'm going to multiply out here using distributive law. X times x, x squared. X times positive 7, positive 7x. Negative 7 times x, negative 7x. Negative 7 times positive 7, negative 14x. But you would have noted from factorization that this is from the difference of 2 squares. Not so. So what you could have done was, you could have said straight that you could have multiplied the first and the last. It's going to be x squared minus 14. But if you didn't see it, leave it, multiply out the story, the whole story for now. When you get in grade 10, we will polish up those rules again. But for now, if you don't see it, no problem, multiply the whole story. Okay? Minus 6. What does that square mean? I must write it out. Twice. So multiply x times x, x squared. X times negative 3, negative 3x. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9, plus 2. Okay, so what do I do now? Can I add the like terms at this point? No, let's first get rid of the brackets completely. Otherwise, you could have added that with that if you like. But I don't like it like that. We do it systematically. First get rid of all the brackets. So that's going to give us x squared minus 49. What is negative 6 times x squared? Negative 6x squared. Negative 6 times negative 3x, positive 18x. Negative 6 times negative 3x, positive 18x. Negative 6 times positive 9, negative 54, plus 2x. So what do I do now? Again, like terms. You all agree with that? So what is x squared minus 6x squared? Negative 5x squared. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. What is 18x plus 18x? 36 plus 2x? 38x. Not so? What's negative 49 minus 54? Negative 100 Is that correct? Okay. Yes? Let me never make a mistake, no? Sorry? 2.3 I made a mistake? No. Okay. Now I'm feeling better about myself now, you see? 2.3.3. Simplify. So here we must work from the most inner bracket out. Not so. So at this point, the most inner bracket is the curved bracket. Let's multiply. So that's going to give you 2, 6x minus 4, 6. What's negative 3 times x? Negative 3x. Negative 3 times positive 2. Positive 6 plus 1. So what's the most inner bracket now? Square bracket. So let's multiply this in. So that's going to give you 2 into 6x. Negative 4 times 6. Negative 24. Negative 4 times negative 3x. Positive 12x. Negative 4 times 6. Negative 24. Plus 1. Now what? Again. Get rid of the bracket. 2 times 6x. 12x. 2 times negative 24. Negative 48. 2 times 12x. Positive 24x. 2 times negative 24. 1 times 2. So what do we do now? Like terms. 12x plus 24x. 36x. Negative 48 minus 48. Negative 94. 96. 96 plus 2. Negative. Negative. Right. Any confusion here? Okay. Question 3. It says simplify. Okay, relax. Are you okay? That looks like it's nothing. Okay. The question says simplify the following. Leave your answer with positive exponents. So when we're dividing and base out the same, what do you do with the exponents? It's minus. So it's 5 2002 minus 2001 is 1. Not so? Well, I can write it as 5. Listen, if you add x to 2002 over x 2001, what would that be? X the 1. Can you see? Not oh, it's an x. Okay. Right, let's look at the next one. So, 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 35, 7. And 1 over 7. Where's the more a's? Bottom. So it's a. 8 minus 7 is 1. Where's the more b's? Top. So it will be b. 3 minus 1 is? Hypo. So easy, no? Even if I have tried to make this question paper easier, I couldn't have. Right. The next one. Hey, where's our friend? Oh, yeah. Right, people. One of two things. I can either multiply the exponent straight away or apply this negative first. I'm going to apply the negative first. What effect does that negative have on this fraction? Swap it around. Not so. So it's going to be 5 y squared z negative 1 over 4 z5 y negative 3 squared. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I can insert inside the bracket out first. So it's 5 over 4. Where's the more z's? What? Z at the bottom. So there's more z's at the bottom. So that's negative 1. So it's 1 minus minus 1 becomes positive 1, which is 2. Look at it this way. If I got z to the minus 1 over z, okay, where must the z go to be positive? At the bottom. Then 1 over z, which is that one, times z to the 1. So what is that? 1 over z squared. Where? Z5. 5. Okay, sorry. That 5 you don't see. Oh, is that why you look so confused? Okay. But now why did I put the 1 there? Crazy, must be crazy. Right, more z's at the bottom still. But now why do you say it's more on top? Okay, 5. We bring this down. Becomes 6. You all agree with that? Yes. Where's the more y's? On top. 2 plus 3. 5. Squared. Right, so what is 5 squared? 25. 4 squared? 60. Y to the power of 5 all squared. Multiply the exponent. Y10. Where's the more z's? No. Z? 12. You all agree with that? Any confusion? Yes.
Sir, the z doesn't affect.
Sorry?
The first thing is
Yes.
on the top, sir. The z and the y side doesn't affect the 4.
This 4 here?
Yes, sir.
No.
The one taking
The reason why we're taking it down is because of the negative. So if you got z to the negative 1 over z to the 5. Where does this go if it needs to be positive? What? So it's 1 over z5 times z1. So it's 1 over. z5 times z1? Z6.
But sir, there's a number.
Yeah, but if there's a number here, it doesn't matter. Why? Because the bases are different. That base is 2 and this base is z.
So doesn't the negative
if this had to be negative here, then it affects the numbers as well. As it did here. Can you see that? But because of that being negative, positive, it doesn't affect it. Okay? Any other confusion? Let's do it another way. You understand? Okay. Next. Right. People, anything to power 0 is? 1. So it's 2 times 1. 2. Yeah? You all agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Right, let's take it off. 3.5. People, what needs to be done first here? Brackets. Get rid of the bracket. Yes, now what? So you get 4x cubed minus negative 6x cubed over 2x. Now what? Like them. What's 4x cubed minus 6x cubed? Negative 2x cubed. Yes. Over?
2x.
Now what?
They cancel.
You cancel. Leaves you what?
Negative 1.
You all agree with that? Right. Next. Question 4. Factorize our favorites. Factorize. Factorize the following as far as possible. People, what is common in 4.1.1? Now, why did you guys say 7? So what are we left with? 14ax 4 divided by x squared. 14ax squared. Minus 7 plus ax. Remember, if I multiply this out, I must get again the answer. So x squared times 14ax squared is 14ax4. The x squared times negative 7x squared. Ax times x squared is ax cubed. Okay. Or we could have said 14ax4 divided by x squared. Is that? Negative 7x divided by x squared is negative 7. Ax cubed divided by x squared is ax. Okay, do you guys understand? Any confusion? People, in 4.1.2, is y minus 3x the same as 3 minus... No. Is y minus 3 the same as 3 minus 1? No. So we have to swap this around. Swap this around, it will affect that change then. So it's 3x into y minus 3. Swap this around, negative comes out. Making this negative or this positive and negative. To y into y minus 3. People, if that had to be negative, and I swap it around, it would have then resulted in a positive. Okay. So what is now common? Y minus 3. What are we left with?
X minus 2y.
X minus 2. Okay. The next one. Dots, difference of two squares. Okay. People, what's the square root of 144t squared? 12t. 1 plus 1 minus. What's the square root of p4?
T squared.
What else you want? Huh? Marks?
Yeah.
We didn't give you the marks, you don't want the marks. You want it. Alright. People, what's the square root of 25y squared? What's the square root of 1? What's the square root of 1? So it might be a perfect straight line number. Is, yes. So you go open brackets. 5y. 1 squared. There's a minus. There goes minus. Let's check if it is a perfect straight line number. 5y times 1 is 5y. Times 2, 10y. So yes, perfect straight line number. That's the answer. Okay. Yes? What's wrong? Did somebody call? Who's talking? Okay. People, again common bracket. What's common here? X minus 3. But take x minus 3 out, what am I left with? P squared minus 6. Sorry? Difference of 2 squares in the second bracket. You all see that?
Yes, sir.
Now why didn't you answer it like that in the exam? Well, you guys did, the others didn't.
Yes.
So what's the square root of P squared? P. 1 plus 1? 4 and 4. Okay, you guys got it? Right. One point 4.1.6. What the factorization there? What's the square root of r squared? What's the square root of 49? 7. So it might be a perfect straight line number. I know it is. I'm just making as if I don't. These are the type of questions you should be asking yourselves. So minus. I keep that in a bracket. It's r 7 squared. There's plus. What's r times 7 times 2? 14 r, which is the case. So that is a perfect square line number. So looking at this here, what do you see? What do you see? Not brackets, another people. What do you see here? What's the square root of q squared? Q. What's the square root of r plus 7 all squared?
R plus 7.
So it's the difference of 2 squares. So what do we get? Q plus minus r plus 7. Do you all agree with that? It's wrong. What am I forgetting there?
Can please report to the office? Anastasia Rogers and Kanya
This is minus.
please report to the office.
You must come in. Why must come in bracket? More than 2 terms following a negative sign. So it's q plus r plus 7. Q minus r minus. Okay. So what we'll do is during tomorrow's lesson, we're just going to wrap this up and we will affect all the changes that needs to be made to the question paper, to your script. People, please keep your question paper. However, your script goes into your file. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Good morning, class. Who's collecting the files? Thank you. Did you put your name on the file?